Hi, today's teardown, yes, a Soviet fighter black box. So this particular model is the regular kind of black box you find in Mig-21 and 23 and so on. You can still find them on eBay quite easily, but the price are getting insane on this thing. There is one at 300 euros currently on French eBay. So the one I have sadly is in quite a rough condition. So what do we have? I believe it works with a photographic process. So we have some kind of photo film in this cartridge here, which is printed by light beams or something like this. It is not really clear how it works. So we have a spring wire here with clamps, with a very big connector, and we have this thing in two parts. So first we will have a look at the data cartridge, kind of. So here is what it looks like when you separate the two parts. Obviously there is an opening here to let some light pass through. There is a gear here to drive the film. Some contact probably for the end of film indication or something like this. And in fact it is all, so this thing is of course very strong. The internal parts seems to be made of brass. And there is a cover we can unscrew here. So here is the information for you on the cartridge. And here is what it looks inside. So yes, we have some kind of photographic film in two spools. So this spool here, I believe, must be where you put your processed film, printed film. And this one is the new film, because this one is reinforced. So it is where you want to keep the data, the film in good condition. So it is quite weird, in fact, because it looks like this cabinet here, this cover, is... Yes, it is die-cast aluminium or something like so. It is not steel or... Here there is a counter for the remaining film, as you could find on the camera. And it is just... it just works by coming in contact with a spool of film here. And when we have no film left, it moves to the left like so. So I can maybe try to undo the film spool. Yes, there are two little retainers you have to unclip. And here is what it looks like. Yes, probably very generic photo film. The sensitive area will be the outside one. And as you can see, it is in pretty rough condition also. So it looks like this spool of film is new, was not used, because the receiver spool is empty. And here you can see the mechanism inside, very heavy construction by the way. Nice gears, and everything made of brass. This thing alone must not be far from 1 kilo of brass. Interesting. So to reinsert a new film, it is probably quite straightforward. You just push it in the thing like so, and then you secure your spools like so. this one. Okay. So here is what looks like your data cartridge. If we can call this data, this is just a photographic film with some patterns printed on it, probably. Oh, I just forget. It is very important, of course, the cover here for protection of important information when your Mig did crash. Not because of myself, but because of an engine failure. So, and here we have the main unit. So on this side, just probably some gears. This is probably a ball bearing cover. So to remove, to access the inside, I need to undo this. This handle here is made of leather, just like what you could have on a regular film camera. What do we have else on the cabinet? Here we have a model and serial number. We have here some buttons, push buttons, probably to load the film, to prime the film in the spool, something like so, I guess, or maybe to rewind it. Not sure. This one is missing the little cap over it. And in the middle here we have some kind of an indicator. Not sure if it is a light or a moving piece or something like so. There is another one here, and there is a potentiometer for setting something here. So if I remove the 4 screws, nothing else outside except little access panel here. This side is completely blind, so it is already missing a few screws. And in fact we will not see much because it is all enclosed, if I remember correctly. So I can pull the cover like so, and conveniently enough they did make this cut in the cover, so it is possible to remove it. So here is what we have on the first side. This panel, I guess it is possible to remove it to see a little bit more. On the top we have all these things which are totally unidentified for me. Some kind of it looks like we have 6 times the same setup. So I believe it is printing 6 tracks on the cartridge, on the film. We have weird stuff here. Here you can see the micro switch for the 2 buttons. We have more weird stuff here. Here it is written L2. So usually L letter stands for lamp. So I do not know, maybe we have some kind of a bulb in this. Maybe it will be possible to try to pull it. And we have some access covers. So where to start first? So this thing down in the bottom, really I do not know what they are. Looks like we have, yes, little connectors like this. And they are plugged into some kind of a cartridge, into some kind of a module which takes all the size from here, in fact, to down there. So maybe it is some kind of a galvanometer or something like this. Not sure if I can pull this thing out. I guess I will try. Anyway, this flight recorder is already in very bad condition, so for science, why not try to take it apart a little bit further. For now I reinstall this. So I will start with this cover on this side. We see some wires, not a lot of electronics in this thing apparently, mostly mechanical stuff. Not in the frame. Okay, so this is just one aluminum cover, and we can see a whole deal of mechanical assemblies. Probably we have a motor here somewhere, and there is some movement transmitted over here. Wires with micro switches and such to know the status. This looks like a heater to heat the device if it is too cold. And we still have this weird thing which I can try to access, but first we will have a look at what we have under the covers. We have one here. Oops. It seems we have some kind of access panels, so we will first have a look at them. And then I will try to pull this main module and also this here. So it is just a plate with 3 capacitors, nothing special. Looks like the electrical motor is here, and looks like we have another heater module here at the bottom. So at least 2 of them. And by the way, I did just notice it looks like this whole black piece is one single piece. Yes, the frame of the device is just one piece. So this must be just cover for gears, so I will not bother undoing this. Here we have something interesting. So what do we have in here? A little mystery module. As you can see, it is completely shielded. We have some kind of a trimmer or something, and a glass insulated terminal on this. Interesting. And there is one more access panel here I can try to undo. No, I don't remember at all what we have behind this one. So I will try to, excuse me. Also I must remember to reinstall a screw in here before I reassemble the device. Well, when I will reassemble the device, because it is missing. Oops, this one. Very tiny screw, just like if you work on the camera or something like so. And we'll just have a whole bunch of gears. Really a lot of them. Interesting. Okay, I will install all these panels and we will try to dig a little bit further. Okay, so first, in order to try to have a little bit of more clearance and view a little bit what we have inside, I will undo this orange piece. Not sure if it will reveal anything more, but it is somewhat in the way. No, it will just reveal a huge mess of wires. So So yes, this is a potentiometer in here at the bottom. Regular kind of Soviet potentiometer. One little relay I saw. And everything is clamped down with the wires. But at least now I have some clearance, and maybe I can try to undo the two screws for which seems to be for the assembly, which I believe is the light source for marking the film. I just need to access the screw here at the bottom. Very deep. The slot of the screw is filled with paint, so it is not very easy. Here we are. So I will try not to undo it completely because it will be a pain to reinstall. And yes, truly enough. Oh, it is totally not what I was expecting, but it looks like it may be a light source. I am not sure what we have here and if it is even good anymore or not. So I will test it real quick with my component tester in order to check if it gives any resistance or anything. Yes, 12 ohms resistor, interesting. So I will try to power it and see if we can get any light out from it. Let's start at 5 volts. Oh yes, even a little bit less if I can. So this is interesting. This is definitely a little incandescent bulb. So I was expecting a regular bulb in fact in this thing, but not. Okay, so this is one mystery solved. Good. And now, excuse me, I will try to first reinstall this. It was like so. Secure it with the two screws. Oops, making weird noise. At least the incandescent lamp seems very well protected in this module. But still it is an incandescent lamp, so it can fail at any time. Try to secure the other side. Okay, so now I am interested in this part here. It looks like it may pull out. If first I must make some clearance here by removing this. Okay, I guess I may have one screw hidden behind the heater here. So this is just a regular wire, heating wire element, I believe, in probably mica plates or maybe even asbestos plates. This is a mica plate totally as insulator. And yes, as expected, I have 3 screws. So I will try as far as I can to remove it. I have no idea if I will succeed or not. So 3 screws on this side. Looks like I will be annoyed by this part here. We'll find out. And probably 3 more screws on this side. So this will be really interesting if I can remove thing. So the electrical motor is buried here, really at the bottom of the device. So it will not be easy to access. Yes, it is moving. It is moving somewhat. And yes, two things. It is moving, but I am stuck with this as expected. So 2 more screws to undo. I do not know what it is doing here, what it is. Looks like you have some kind of optical piece here. Very tiny sphere with you can adjust with one mirror or something like this. And now maybe this will come. Yes, it may be success. So we have more insulator materials here. And it looks like it is kept in place by the wires mostly. Okay, here we are. So I have still no idea of what we are speaking about. By the way, here all at the bottom you have a housing for the motor. You have a set of mirrors here, driving the light from this assembly with a bulb inside to the this thing maybe, but I do not see any obvious path for light to come in. So I will. Oh, problem! We have a loose wire. It comes from this micro switch. I will maybe try to resolder it. So I will undo this 6. There are numbers on them, it is quite convenient. And now we can try to figure out what the heck this is. Completely a blind thing. Interesting. So we have each time these things with 2 contacts. So first I have a component tester. Let's test what it is testing like. Oops. It will test like nothing if my contacts are not in place. What are those? They test like 15 ohms resistors. Okay. So what do I do? It looks like I have a cover here and I have some securing clamps here. So I will undo. It will be really fun to reassemble all that stuff. Okay. It does not reveal anything. So interestingly enough, we have a strong magnet in here. So could they just be galvanometers? I am unscrewing and this is interesting. This is a tube, metal tube, with one little opening at this point and what looks like a silicon die. There is a little window and something that looks like a silicon die but they test as resistors, so really here I have no clue. I will try to show you. Will it even work? Not easy. Like so, maybe. There is a little square silicon color. And we have 6 of them in a strong magnet. I do not see where the light... Oh yes, here we are. Here is the light input. We have little windows here, and in fact the little thing is just aligned with the little opening here. So obviously we have light that is coming in, but I do not see where it can come out. Or maybe it is actually coming out of this. I wonder if actually there could be LEDs or something like this. Let me retest it with having a look at the silicon die, because if it emits light it will maybe reveal something. But here we have completely alien technology. Oh yes, not sure. Let me try another time. I have issues with clamping this thing to the... another one. So is it or not emitting light? No. No infrared, no nothing. Okay, so total mystery here. I will try to undo these 4 more screws. Looks like this side panel is made from brass. So I have no idea of what is happening here, because this thing is a block of... Yes, in fact the opening in the main frame is aligned with a mirror here, and with a set of mirrors. So I guess these things are emitting light that come as a complement to the light of the light source, but I still have no clue. So I believe it must draw 6 parallel tracks on the film, with maybe moving a little bit if there are some analog information, or with dots on blanks if it is somewhat kind of digital information. And of course we have locating pins that will not cooperate at all. Let me try to some delicate maintenance, and I will be right back. Okay, so some hammer persuasion later. I may be able to pull this plate, and it just reveals nothing else than the magnet on the tips, on the tails of the things here. Very, very, very interesting. Yes, this side plate is made of brass, and response. And I still have no clue of what we are looking at. Probably 6 little light sources. You know what? Let's try to power them and see what happens if I apply some voltage. Let's say 5 volts. What it is doing? Oh yes, 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 yes. Look at this. I know what they are. They are rotating mirrors which are electrically driven. Look at this, just like a DLP chip. In fact, you have probably an electromagnet driving a little mirror to switch light out and in. So it is probably to make binary patterns on the film. So the data it must be recorded in the form of lights and blanks, white and black dots or something like this. This is interesting, and it is why you need the magnet around, because there is some electromagnet action, obviously. You can see the little thing moving. We will try another one just for the heck of it. Yes, same thing here, the little thing moving. So really, I was not expecting this. 6-digit DLP module, switching light in and out to record data on a photo film. So this is interesting. So, and here probably these screws are for doing some fine tuning of position. Okay, so I will reassemble this. It will require more hammering for reassembly. And apart from this, well, we have nothing left really. The motor, this must be the screw to secure the motor. Electrical motor in the bottom of the case. Probably it will want to come out by the back, but as you can see, the back is a little bit crowded for now. So now we can understand how it works. Probably we have a light source. It is transmitted with mirrors to the little micro mirrors here, which are switched in and out, and then reflect again the light, probably to a secondary path to allow it to come out to the film. Yes, the light may be coming to the micro mirrors, but this one mirror here, and coming out to the film, but this one at the bottom, which is aligned with the output window here. And apart from this, we just have mechanical works, motor, driving things here. So why you need mechanical drive to the lamp? Not sure. In fact, it is going to this part here, and it is not really clear what it is doing, and it is completely stuck. So there is some kind of a little moving thing here. In fact, a little index that will move left and right. Maybe because I did just remember we have a light hole here, but in fact this hole is just aligned here, so it will just allow to check if the bulb is working probably. So it is not explaining what is the purpose of this thing, but I did just notice we have more stuff. We have this thing, and do you remember this I did remove? It looks like we have a second one here, a little ball clamped here in a precision piece, and we have some electrical component also. Maybe it is a secondary lamp in here. Yes, it is just 2 screws each side. I am not against 2 more screws to undo anyway, so let's try to do it, and I will spend the rest of the day putting back together the thing. So it should come maybe. a lot of tiny screws everywhere. This is not easy. Okay, so will it come? Yes. And we have one more mystery thing, which I believe is just one more bulb. Which is maybe outputting here. So let me try this. Yes, I am very good. Ah yes, look at this. Little secondary bulb here. Secondary light source. So it is fun. It looks really like the light source you find in scientific equipment as spectrophotometers and such. Okay, so I will put this back in position before I forget how it was, like so. Okay, so for concluding this video, it looks like we have one source of light here, a secondary here, shining lights to the light to this galvanometric mirrors, then which are printed on a photo film. And guess what I found in my stock of stuff? I found this. It is a roll of film with tracks printed on it, like oscilloscope tracks, as you can see. We have what seems to be 6 of them in parallel. And yes, you are wondering, it is exactly the same size as this. So I guess this must be the product of that one similar black box to this one. So I did remember I had something like so, but I was not sure I could be able to find it anymore. But yes, look at this. Oh, something serious happened here, it seems. Lots of variations. And it is interesting because look, we have analog data, but the two tracks at the bottom seems to be binary data. Lots of fluctuations here in the recorded data. So I do not know how I could possibly scan this thing in order to make it available to everyone. But it is interesting and it is making a whole mess on my bench. Okay, so I will put this back in place correctly. I will try to put this back together. It will be probably quite a lot of work. So thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share and so on. Bye bye.